I don't know, I don't like this question either. I don't like the what makes me different, because nothing makes me different. I'm a normal person with a normal job, and, you know, I don't believe in motivation. I think that's a cheap way of trying to force yourself to do something. I can't really explain like what drives me, it's just so what I'm supposed to be doing. I would much rather live here than anywhere else. My name is Alex Templeton, and I am a farmer and rancher. I never gave leaving here and doing something else a thought, because I never wanted it. I don't think there is a such thing as a normal day here. Northwestern Missouri is, I don't know, there's lots of crops and cows. That's pretty much all there is around here, and deer hunting. I wouldn't change it for anything. I love living around here in the country and on dirt roads and out in the middle of nowhere. It's my favorite place to be.
Alex, I thought that she would find some kind of a job in the agriculture industry. I didn't know that she'd really come back and just work for her dad.
I hinted around about maybe you ought to get another job somewhere else before you come back here, but she wouldn't have it.
I just really latched on to this lifestyle. I love it.
Everything is a gamble when you're farming. I mean, everybody knows that, but you have to want to do it.
Buying my own piece of ground has been something that I've always known that this was the direction I wanted to take my personal life and my personal career. Really solidifying that I'm continuing on the traditions and the lifestyle that my family before me has laid out.
She's a woman in what's stereotyped a little bit to be a man's world in this, and that's not necessarily true.
Farms have gotten bigger, more complicated. I'm not saying that a girl can't do anything that one of these young guys can. Of course she can, but it's a lot of hard work, and I think it's a rarity. It's no gravy train for sure.
I think a lot of women, a lot of young girls really look up to Alex. They do. And there's just a lot of comments from other people, you know, other women. I wish I could, or I wish we did, or I hope I can, you know, things like that.
So I was one of 4 girls that my parents had. You know, they went on and, you know, did their own things, and like dating here is not a thing.
I've had a lot of people tell me that their son would like to talk to her, but they're very intimidated by her.
Well, when she was growing up, I mean, she was pretty much a tomboy.
Growing up, I always had trouble with that because I wanted her to be a girly girl. Well, she's driven, she's hardcore, you know, she hunts.
Instead of getting married and having kids and then settling down, I settled down. You know, my younger sister, for example, she lives in Brooklyn, New York, so we're about as opposite as you can get.
She seems to be very content right now. I don't think that she feels like she's in any kind of rush or anything to meet anybody and settle down.
I think what drives her a little bit is the fact that there's not a lot of women that do what she does.
She likes the idea of being a groundbreaker for women. For example, farming, she has her own farm now. A lot of women don't own their own farms. They'll own them with their husband or, you know, with their family.
Buying a farm, you know, owning ground of my very own has been something that I've dreamt about since I was a little girl, and now I have a little chunk of it that's my own with my name on it. It's pretty special to me.
She likes to show that women can do this kind of stuff, and if anybody could do it, it's her. She wants to prove everything that she can do on her own.
She's showing that you know, she can handle it in a man's world, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, she's very motivated. You can tell by their operation with her and her dad, she's kind of taken the old-timer's disease out of him and making him look at fresh ideas and stuff too, you know.
Lots of things my dad and I try to do, he didn't necessarily do years ago, like different programs to sell our calves to and different ways to market our calves.
I think it's important that the family farm stays alive.
Being progressive in this industry is you can't just sit back and do things the way our grandfathers did.
He's very interested in learning new ways we can do things that not only, you know, improve our operation, but improve our efficiency.
We butt heads quite a bit because we're both hard-headed, so sometimes I'm, okay, I got it, and I don't really.
So I started posting on Instagram, and then I just started posting a little more and a little more, and it started to get a little traction as I posted.
It's not my thing because I didn't understand it. I do now a little bit, but you got to change with the times. I mean, you can't be a complete holdout.
And it's opened a lot of doors for us too, just making connections of buying and selling cows to people. And I think that's a sense of progressiveness that my dad and I both didn't realize would come to life.
Where it came from? Well, the way she was raised, it's just what we do.
I have regrets in my life, just like anybody else, but as a whole, no. This is all I have, and this is all I want, and failure is not an option. So that helps me to push further and wake up the next day and work my ass off again.
She's not one for a handout or a free ride or anything. I mean, she wants to earn it.
For my future, I see myself hopefully farming more ground and running more cows and continuing to work alongside my dad and the rest of my family.
I grew up on a farm. My dad, he worked with us right up till the day he died. The last picture taken of him was with Alex. I think he'd be real proud of her.
That's the basis of every farming family, is your family unit. They can move away, just like Emily in New York. The fact that Alex is still here and lives just the way she wants to, it makes us very proud of her. So,
in general, being a young, unmarried, single woman in agriculture, I for sure feel like I need to prove myself that I know what I'm doing. I know if I set out to do something, I'm going to succeed at it, because not succeeding is not an option.
There's not very many people like Alex around up in this part of the country. She's just a little different cloth,
The only thing I really have to prove is to myself. I can do anything in this industry that any man can do. And you have to be progressive in how you're doing things and be comfortable with making changes and taking risks. And that's where the rewards come from, is taking risks and being progressive and working hard.
What you